Hey guys, Mixed Media Girl here. Happy 4th of July. I was literally just about to press record when we had a good old-fashioned Southern California earthquake. So darn it, that would have been fun to get that on the camera. But anyways, a little bit ago I did this vase and canvas. And if you guys didn't see that video, I'll put the link in the description. But I wanted to do a little more work to the vase. Specifically, I was going to add some stars, and then people suggested adding maybe a little gold and also adding stars to the canvas. So I thought, hey, why not? So I'm going to start with the gold, and we're going to use this liquid gilding. Ooh, focus. Martha Stewart. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to time lapse this because it's going to take a little bit. I like to take my time. I was thinking of even doing some on the canvas here actually. And then we'll add the stars, and then I'm going to actually resin the vase as well a bit later on once all that stuff's dry. So we're going to start here with the gilding. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do on the gilding. I just wanted to do a few little light accents on the canvas there. Just did a little bit. And sorry, I think I had a difficult time keeping the vase in the camera. So I'll just show you real quick. It's a little hard to like hold on to it and keep it in a spot and paint it at the same time. So once again, just kind of some accents. Did not go too heavy on it. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and on the blue here and on the blue here, I'm going to add stars. And I'm going to add it with this white Sharpie. It is water based. And then I'm going to be resining this, so that should be fine. Just let it dry all the way. I'm going to do the vase first, and then I'll go ahead and do the canvas. And once again, we're going to time lapse this. I'll show you on the canvas real quick. I'm just going to do your basic, like when we were kids, you know, you do the star like that and fill it in. I'm just going to do some of those, probably some different sizes. Keeping it simple. So there we go. Go ahead and get started. All right, I think that looks awesome and very simple, very unique, and this is how this one came out. Actually, I think I'm gonna add a couple more up there. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and let this fully dry because all the gilding and everything, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna resin the vase. I will be sealing the painting as well. I haven't decided with what yet, but I'm not going to do that for probably another week or so. There's thicker paint on the canvas, so it takes a bit longer to fully dry. The vase is good to go though. So we'll be back in a couple hours and I'll go ahead and resin this. All right, so we're back. Added a few more stars here. So let's go ahead and we'll get the final look. I think it looks awesome. There were a few points that the paint was a little thin that I originally was going to add a little more paint over, but I decided against that. I think I like it just the way it is. So we're going to go ahead and resin it. And in other news, while we were waiting, I found out the earthquake was a 6.4, which for those of you who have no idea what that means, it's pretty big. The last time we had an earthquake that size was in 1994. It's called the Northridge earthquake. It was pretty big. Anyways, so California life. I'm going to go ahead and resin this. This is Stone Coat Countertops Art Coat. And you don't need a lot. The trick is getting it fully covered. So I just put a little bit there. And then just with my gloves going to spread it down the vase and make sure it gets covered. And you really don't need a lot. It just takes, whoop, just takes a few ounces. So I do want to post this video today, so unfortunately it will not be dry. But after I get this covered, I can just show you guys what it looks like, and then you'll see what it will look like dry as well. Okay, and then for those of you who are inevitably going to ask about the lip of the vase, what I do is once it's fully dry, I just go in there with a little bit of sandpaper and just sand down any drips that are there. It's pretty easy, takes just a minute or so. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, one other thing I am gonna do on this, but I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys what this looks like so far. Whoa. So you can tell, obviously it's not dry, but you can tell how awesome it's gonna look like when it is dry. Because it stays this shiny. That's the cool thing about resin, is when it's dry, it stays all nice and shiny. So, super awesome, right guys? Okay, you know what? I messed up. I got resin on the cup, so I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta get a cup that doesn't have resin on it. 1 second. All right. So the one last thing I was gonna do is on just where the stars are there, I wanted to put a little bit of this, you can't totally see it there, but it has just a smidge of Stone Coat Countertops Diamond Dust. And that I've been using a bit recently because it can totally make things pop. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit here where the stars are, and that will give it like a little extra sparkle. And that's it. Not gonna do a whole bunch on that. Don't want it to go all over the top there, and it's just a little tiny sparkle. So that is it for this project. If you guys want, let me know, and I will do a little video just showing you how the vase and the canvas both look dried and sealed and everything. I'm really excited with how this project came out. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. And I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing 4th of July to all my American friends. And to everybody else, thank you for celebrating with us. Bye, guys.